Hello and welcome back. Today we are looking at the Brakk, which is probably one of the more interesting yet slightly more difficult weapons to get hold of in the game. Although on the plus side it does literally sound like God slamming a car door. I mean, just listen to this thing, it's brutal.
The tower's nervous century has turned these soldiers into mindless attack drones. Take them out.
Anyway, let's give this weapon a quick rundown. It's a Mastery Rank 6 weapon, it's classed as a shotgun sidearm, it's semi-automatic, it is of course a pistol, it holds 5 rounds in a magazine, you have 210 spares, so that is a lot of rounds that you are able to hold at a single point. It has a 2-point riven disposition and its total damage is 200, 90 of which is impact, so it's got roughly just under a 50% impact basis, where it's got a pretty good share between puncture and slash. Has a 15% critical chance, a ×2 critical multiplier, and a 15% status chance. So being the fact that it is indeed a shotgun, it fires pellets, going for that 100% status build is going to become quite difficult, including using a riven because it's only got those 2 points. But you don't really need to mind too much about that because the thing hits like a bloody truck anyway. However, the most annoying thing about this bastard weapon is the fact that it is only dropped by the Grustag 3. You can either fight these troublesome trio over doing 5 consecutive invasion missions, at which point you aggravate them and they will come and harass you, or you can wait for Barrow to have their beacons and you can just spam them for every mission you get, or for me at least, the most logical way, because you can do it at any point, you don't have to wait for Barrow, you don't have to try and do invasions, just plonk yourself into a Law of Retribution, and of course at the hijack portion of this mission they do of course spawn. Be warned, they do hit that little bit harder because they are of that little bit of a higher level, but if you're doing a Law of Retribution you should know what you're doing anyway and should be able to handle yourself. So that is basically how you farm it. You can only get the receiver, the barrel and the blueprint. That is all you require, plus a few Orokin cells, and you are set. And you can have this wonderful, wonderful weapon. It is not the best pistol in the game. It is fun to use. It has some pretty decent stats. It does hit pretty darn hard. It has a very heavy drop-off, which is actually kind of annoying, and as you can see here, against some heavily armoured enemies, it perhaps is not dealing with them in the best possible manner, but it is fun to use. It sounds amazing. A lot of people saying the Corinth sounds amazing. The Corinth has a serious way to go if it was to sound as amazing as the Brakk. I don't think people quite realise how awesome the Brakk actually sounds, but still, this is a fantastic little weapon. It packs one hell of a punch. It is absolutely great to use. The fire rate on the thing is bloody mean, especially if you put lethal torrent on it, and the overall DPS of the weapon makes up for whatever stat you can sit there and try and criticise. It is a great, great little weapon, and there are a variety of different builds you can use. And speaking of builds, Hornet Strike, Prime Target Cracker, Barrel Diffusion, Prime Pistol Gambit, Lethal Torrent, Jolt and Pistol Pestilence. Now the riven I have has slash and damage. If you don't have a riven, you can either go for a multitude of options such as Seeker, or I personally would say put pathogen rounds in to try and get more corrosive damage. However, if you are a fan of the slash damage like I do have on this riven, you can always add in main. However, I must say that this is classed as a shotgun, so it works off pellets. So if you want to go for main, do feel free to swap over the 6060s for viral, but it won't be that effective. Anyway, that's me. Thank you very much, and I'll see you pretty darn soon. Ta-ra!